Guys, welcome to day 31 of the Trading Day Academy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about rejection blocks. Okay, rejection blocks. Now, what are rejection blocks? And there's a reason why I made this video after the SMT video, because rejection blocks are basically going to be your wick to the body of the candle at a swing point, at an important swing point, which means a swing high, swing low, right? So the reason why I made this video after the SMT videos, because rejection blocks paired with SMT is going to be key, right? This is where rejection blocks, in my opinion, are the best place to use them. I don't really use rejection blocks like every single candle, every single swing point. There's no reason to. There's really there's no reason to use them all the time, right? I like using them at important swing points. I mentioned it briefly in the SMT video, like important lows, important highs, meaning when you get that discrepancy, when you get that SMT, that low should be protected. And in the event that price action comes down to that wick, right, that wick, that swing high, because every swing high or swing low is most likely going to have some sort of wick. And that wick to the body is going to be your rejection block. So let's say, for example, you have an SMT divergence here, right? And this should be the protected high. Right? Let's say ES made a higher high, but NQ made a lower high, right? This should be your protected high. Price should not wick above it. It can wick above it, but it's not ideal. Okay, treat this like a fair value gap where the midpoint is kind of like your break off point, right? If we close a body above the midpoint, it's probably going to go to the high. But when you have an SMT and you pair it with this rejection block, the wick to the body of a swing high or swing low, the rejection block usually holds. All right, in the event that price action comes to the rejection block when you have an SMT divergence, and it should hold. It shouldn't get above the high or low, and then that's where you could enter. And a lot of the times, price action will just hang around this wick of this swing high, and then it'll go in the direction, right? So I'll show you guys an example here. That's pretty much a rejection block. It's nothing too crazy. I'll show you guys a perfect example right here that happened last week. So right here, this is obviously a swing point right here, 3 candle formation, lowest point, right? So if I mark this out as my rejection block, that's a valid rejection block, right? Now, I wouldn't use this by itself. Again, I like pairing it with SMT divergence. Now, if I go here, you guys will see here just on this 1 hour chart. I don't have to zoom in, but on the 1 hour chart, you guys could see that ES, right, swept this low, the swing low right here, and YM did not. Right? YM and NQ did not. So these lows should be protected, and that's where your stop should be, below this low, right? So if I go to the 15-minute real quick, and we already see that as a 1 hour rejection block, right? If you were to get in somewhere down here, you could put your stop below this low, because again, like I said, when you have a SMT divergence, right? You see ES sweep this. NQ should not sweep this. If the SMT is to be like true and it's valid, then this should be the protected low, and your stop loss should go there. That's your defined stop. So that way you don't have to scramble and be like, oh shit, where do I put my stop? Do I put my stop all the way down here? That's too big of a stop. No. If you got in somewhere right here, let's go to the 5 minute, zoom in even more. So if you got in on, I don't know, maybe let's say you got in somewhere down here on the 1 minute or something like that, you could put your stop down here, because if you're paying attention, ES sweeps these equal lows, and this should be your low. So even if you got in somewhere up here, maybe on the order block or something like that, on the CISD on the 1 minute or something like that, you could put your stop below this low here, because again, we have SMT divergence at these lows, right, with ES. So this low here on NQ and even YM, it should be protected. Price shouldn't, I'm saying you shouldn't, price shouldn't get down below this low. Okay, so if we're just looking at the 1 hour, that's our 1 hour rejection block. This can also be a rejection block, right? This 5 minute huge wick, but that's very, very big, right? This can even be a rejection block right here, right? Boom, and it taps it. Okay, but I like using it at points where we have, important swing lows or important swing highs, and we have SMT. So when we have an SMT, that's when I start looking for rejection blocks, if we have any rejection blocks, right? So if we have any rejection blocks, that's when I start using them, when it's paired with SMT. Whenever we have an SMT divergence, I'll scan the time frames, look for my rejection block, look for that important swing low or swing high, and look for that wick to body. Okay, it's just the wick to the body of the candle. That's your rejection block. When you get that SMT, that's where your low should go, below or above that wick. All right, depending if you're bullish or bearish. So hopefully that helped, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys don't know anything, I always say this at the end or start of all of these videos. Join the free section of the Discord. The link will be in the description below. If you guys have any questions about any of these concepts, about anything that we've been talking about in the academy thus far, make sure you guys ask them in the Discord. It's there for you guys, for your advantage. I know a lot of you guys probably don't want to pay for anything. That's why I made that. So that way you guys can ask questions and I can answer whenever I can. Whenever I got time, I'll answer you guys. But yeah, it's there for a reason. You guys can communicate amongst yourselves. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys later.